Hi, this is Timothy Zahn, author of Thrawn, and you're listening to Star Wars Reactions. Good for you.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it?
In 1977, George Lucas formed a legacy.
Force is with me, and I am with the Force.
Inspired by mythology, his saga has become a passion for many.
Feel the Force around you.
His legend has become our story.
It's true. All of it.
One of resistance,
We are a spark that'll light the fire that'll bring the First Order down.
rebellion,
Rebellion is built on hope.
and redemption.
I am a Jedi, like my father before.
This is Star Wars Reactions.
Remember, the Force will be with you. Always.
Hello there. Welcome to Star Wars Reactions, everybody. How's everybody doing? We are so excited to welcome you back for our 230th episode. Can you believe that? 230 episodes. We are so excited to have you with us. We're so excited you're joining us. So let's get some introductions out of the way and get the party started. My name is Aaron Harris, and joining me as always, he is the Ezra. Actually, I'm the Ezra. He's the Kanan because he's taller. He's the Kanan to my Ezra. He is the David Motters. Well, David, brother, what's going on?
What is happening, my brother? We're recording, man, and we've been doing pretty good. We've been pretty consistent in recording. We've not been able to do this for quite a while, so it's nice to be able to do it. I'm really enjoying getting on with you. You and I have always had fun for years doing this. So once again, we're sitting down behind the mics, and I'm ready to react. And once again, just looking forward to just having fun with what we're covering tonight.
Oh yeah, so exactly. We're going to have a great time covering the fourth through the sixth episodes of Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Now, this is a little earlier than we had planned on doing it. We had other plans for tonight, but unfortunately, due to some health issues, those fell through. So we want to wish Jeff McGee was going to be joining us from Star Wars Splash Page to talk about his new podcast that's coming out. And we wanted to he was going to join us, but he's been under the weather and sick, and we want to wish him a very speedy recovery. And of course, let you know, Jeff, as always, doors always open, my friend. When you're feeling better and you're back on your feet, give us a call. We'll talk and have some fun and party on reactions. So, but till then, we're going to talk Volume 3 of Star Wars Visions, episode 4 through 6. So let's get going. The first episode, which is going by how they were released on Disney and how they're listed on Disney Plus, which is how we watched them and how we're doing them. We're going with what is known as episode 4, which is entitled The Bounty Hunters, released October 29th, 2025, written by Hiroshi Seko and directed by Junichi Yamamoto. Okay. I got that one right because
that's nice.
You want to know how I got that one good? I'll tell you how I got that one good. Midway.
Oh, Midway. The movie?
The movie won it, or just go the history books too.
Oh, sure. Okay.
One of the Japanese admirals that was over the attack was Yamamoto. I recognized the name immediately. So yes, Junichi Yamamoto, and of course the studio that made this particular episode, The Bounty Hunters, is WIT Studio, WIT Studio. In this episode, a bounty hunter's job for a shady industrialist has unexpected consequences for her and her droid. All right, so let's go into some initial reactions for this episode. I'll tell you, this one, to me, I enjoyed this episode. This was actually a lot of fun for me because the one thing I really enjoyed was the dual personality droid. That thing had me cracking up throughout the episode because you couldn't have two more different characters. So I really enjoyed the droid. The story was good. And it had some nice drawbacks and stuff. So what did you think of this episode, David?
Oh my gosh, I love this episode. You know, last night I know we were doing prep, right,
Yeah.
for tonight, and we were watching these, and I watched this one again, and it was, sometimes stuff you're like, oh, do I watch it a second time? I absolutely wanted to watch this again, get it all back in my brain, because I had watched it back, really at the end of October, which is about 2 weeks ago at this point, but. I have to tell you, and out of all three volumes, this is one of my faves from all three seasons, not just this
Okay.
volume. That's how much I like it in terms of the characters. Like you said, here's IVA4, a droid has this is assassin protocol placed in it. I love the story. I mean, the action, music. Oh my gosh. And how can you not love a huge gold droideka? Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Oh, so good. So good. Um, and I'll say this, and I don't know if you noticed this, but this is where, you and me with our love of Clone Wars is when the droid IV-A4 tells Seven, "Hey, here's your chance. I'll distract him." The Jin Sim, the greedy industrialist,
Hmm.
and she rolls that little roller ball right through the protective shield and shocks it. That's right out of the Andron arc when
Hmm.
Ahsoka is training, Saw Gerrera and his sister and that whole crew. And I immediately thought, oh my gosh, right there, homage to Ahsoka and the Clone Wars. So I love this.
Oh yeah, it's great homage with using the droid poppers to try to
Mhm.
take out the droidica with Jinsen was controlling. But what I really dug about this episode a lot was how much it reflected um to Solo, a Star Wars story. You have the you have the rich guy hiring him, hiring the
Nice.
crew to pull off the job, and they pulled the job off perfectly, and all of a sudden it's not the job they thought it was. So they're flipping the script. It to me, this was also a great homage to Solo. I really enjoyed that, and I love the twist where at the end where you think they're defeated, and the Jen Sim, who is the rich industrialist, has Seven basically shoot her droid. You know,
Right, right.
shoot your droid. So, and of course she shoots the droid, but apparently she shot only one personality of the droid, and it just so happened to be the kind medical doctor version of the droid. And the assassin version of the droid comes to life and kicks tail, and of course the day is won. um but it was such an incredible IVA4, man. Is He's no chopper. I'll give him that. He's not a chopper,
Right.
but he's up there. He quickly became one of my favorite droids. With this multi-personality, you see him, he's all nice and calm. I think we should do this. This is what we should do. This is safer. This is that. All of a sudden the switch flips. God, shoot, kill them all. It was it's insane
I know.
watching those flips.
He's really
Um, and of course I loved seeing there was several Togruta in the episode as well, who were
Mhm.
part of the slaves they end up rescuing there at the end. There was one that looked kind of remarkably like Ahsoka that was
Mhm.
sitting in there in the work chamber. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
I had to do a double take and rewind it for a second. I'm like, wait, is that not that's not supposed to be. And then I'm like looking. I'm like, okay, no, it's not. But it looks a really lot like her.
Yeah, yeah. Now
Then
I got two more things I would
go
say
ahead.
about this. One is I want more of this. I want
Yes.
more of 7. I want more of IV-A4. Now, they were blasting off to go get this assassin protocol removed. I hope there's a lot of things that impede them from getting there, and they have more adventures with the dual personality,
Well,
right?
yeah. Well, it depends. The if they to try to remove the assassin protocol, that means the medical droid version would still have to be intact. There's no indication the medical droid version is still intact. So
Oh,
how do you remove it then at that point?
rude. That's a good point. That's a good point.
So, but
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you.
Oh,
Out of all so far,
right.
because out of all the ones we've watched so far from Volume 1, Volume 2, and what we've
Mhm.
watched in Volume 3, this is one I want to see dug into more. I need to see more of 7. I need to see more of IV-A4. I would love to see more of that story. And I would love to see what happens with these freed slaves as well, because I don't see 7 leaving them alone.
Right. Coming back, checking. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, and so no, and so we got the duel was we covered that last week. That was a second one.
Ninth
We
Jedi.
also had the Ninth Jedi, but this is one where I'd really like to see more. I think there's so much potential. And here's the other point I was going to make, and I think they hinted at it. So this one really ties into wanting more of these episodes. But the way they started this in the flames and this Jedi's there, and doesn't and saves 7 in essence, doesn't arrest her or enslave her, but just hands her back her blaster. But that beautiful green blade and what the Jedi said in terms of "you're free now, go help others."
Hmm.
At the beginning, you're like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? But kind of midway through, she has another flashback that finishes up with the Jedi handing that back. And at the end of this episode, you see 7 saying this is all her fault, and I'm doing this nice stuff now and helping other people,
Hmm.
and it'd be cool to, if there's anything more there, or find out who that Jedi was, or whatever, but really see her continue to help others based on what this Jedi did for her. But I loved, like, there was a clip there at the beginning, right, buddy, where the Jedi's walking down the stairs
Hmm.
with the green blade. And it's just
Yeah.
the way that they animated that was just glorious. It was so good.
Well, watching that opening scene where the Jedi's fighting and she's
Mm-hmm.
downstairs watching, and Seven's downstairs, kind of watching up at there, and you got the green as the Jedi, and through the flashbacks through the episode, that Jedi actually reminded me a lot of Indara
Ooh,
from Acolyte.
interesting. Yeah, I
She,
like that. I like that.
I liked Indara. To me, that was the greatest tragedy of one of the greatest tragedies of Acolyte is you killed her off in the first 5 minutes of the show.
Right.
I mean, don't get me started on that. But to me, that was a very close resemblance to Indara. And to me, I like to believe it was.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like, and yeah, and what she stood for and trying to help others, and
Hmm.
I just really I love that they showed a little bit of the clip and then came back to another flashback, and how this is really driving 7 to listen to, right. Remember, it is not recommended to listen to your captors, and she's like, I'll give you 30 seconds, but that's all because of what that Jedi did. So
Hmm.
watching it a second time, it just really sinks in more, and you start processing it. And like I said, I really, really like this one. Really like this one. And I think 7 is kick butt, and so is IVA4. Both are, they're just great together.
Oh yeah, they are. They truly are. And it just made for a great episode. And I was excited with this. We've only talked about 4 episodes so far. The first 3 in the last episode we did, and then this one. But I can already tell you, I'm enjoying this season, this volume of Visions more than I did, definitely more than I did 1. But right now it's beaten 2 for me, and I really enjoyed volume 2.
No,
Um,
yeah.
and we haven't even gotten to the episode that I've been waiting for.
Hmm.
Because for the record, since we split this up into 3 episodes, uh, I'm watching these the week we're recording. I haven't watched them all yet when they were first released. So like the 3 this week, I watched them for the first time this week. So I'm not, watching and going back. I the episode I'm longing
Fresh.
for is Black. It's called Black, and that's the 9th episode. That'll be the last one we talk about. So it's gonna be Sydney or the bush on that one there.
Yeah.
There's no recovery.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. But either way, I can't wait to get to that one. But so far, these episodes have been incredible.
Agreed. Yeah. The 3 we covered last week and this one. And you're gonna hear me say a lot of good things about the next 2.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to talk about with bounty hunters before we go into the next episode?
Nope. I want those 2 things. One, I want to see more, and I love the role of this Jedi in Seven's life.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will 100% agree with you. I do want more of this. It is something that we need, that Disney needs to give us, that I would be wholeheartedly on board for. So give me IVA4. Give me more IVA4. So, all right. Next up on the list, we have Yuko's Treasure. Yuko's Treasure. Of course, also released October 29th, 2025. This is the 5th episode in the lineup of Volume 3 of Visions. This one written by Natsuko Takahashi and Mika Tanaka.
Nice.
Directed by Masaki Tachibana.
Mm-hmm.
And the studio was Kinema Citrus. Synopsis for this episode for Yuko's Treasure was volume. That was episode 6, not 5.
4, 5, 6. There you go.
Wait, did I skip one?
No, Bounty Hunters was 4.
Bounty Hunter was 4.
Yuko's Treasure is 5.
No,
Right? And
no,
then
Lost Ones was 5. Oh no, they have them out of. Okay, never mind. You're right. On Disney Plus, Yuko's Treasures is 5. They mislabeled them on the Star Wars website. Okay, so yes, Carabast.
I have them in order for you in the
they
show
are in order
notes.
and show notes. And that's what threw me off, because I'm sitting there like, wait, this isn't. David's got this. StarWars.com has this. The 2 people when it comes to Star Wars, 2 people I trust the most aren't jiving, and I was going to have a break for a second. Okay, Yuko's Treasure, which is actually number 5 on Disney Plus. This episode, of course, is about a little girl orphaned by her family and cared for by a benevolent bear-like droid named Billy. Young Yuko makes a life on Tatooine in the latest from Kinema Citrus. With a streetwise kid conspires to steal a small droid, Yuko embarks on an adventure that will reveal her family legacy and the power of friendship and found family.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
So let's jump right into this. Of course, this one is more family oriented. You have a lot more, storytelling based on relationship in this than you did in the last one, where it was a lot of action. But let's go right to this. They didn't pull any punches. They took us right back to Tatooine.
Right. Yeah.
And from the looks of it, at one point, I do believe we were in the Mos Eisley Cantina.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with that little spaceship outside. They had it landing. We saw it, back, of course I saw it in 77. Probably, opening week saw it, there was stationary, never moved, but yeah, that's, all the imagery, right? Of Tatooine.
Oh yeah, I love and taking us back to somewhere as iconic as Tatooine. You have to have those iconic places and scenes. to tell the story. One of my favorite scenes is Yuko and Billy are walking. They had left Mos Eisley, and or which I'm assuming is Mos Eisley. They never said the name of the city, um, but they're walking through the desert, and you have the two suns setting in the two suns setting in the distance, and it is just very, to me, probably one of the most Star Warsy scenes you can get on Tatooine.
Oh, and that's why I put in the show notes. I had to stop it and I rewound it and I looked and I'm like, it's very quick. It's very quick, but you'll see Crate Dragon Bones
Mm-hmm.
behind them. At first, I didn't see them. I'm like, oh wait, and then I saw them. Very
Mm-hmm.
quick, and kind of a different angle on the what we've traditionally seen as Crate Dragon Bones in Episode 4. So that I loved it. I love seeing that, and like you said, there was even an overhead shot that is like right out of the special edition.
Yeah.
They just animated it. And so yeah, all the fields, of course, all the Jawas, and then even at one point, it's Sola, the boy, is
Mm-hmm.
telling Yuko, "Are you sure it's this way? Because Mos Eisley's the other way."
Oh,
So they
yeah,
were
true.
heading straight out of the Mos Eisley area, and so, but yeah, Billy, Billy, was it Baby I Love You, right?
Yeah.
Stands for that, yeah. But I like these characters. Fox here, kind of
Dude,
like Malcolm. Yeah, that you
let,
say who voiced it. You go ahead.
let's talk about Fox here, because one,
Yeah,
the look is just iconic.
right.
It's got the look of something straight out of ancient Egypt.
Yes,
The
Egypt. Yeah, I was going to say
very
Egyptian.
Egyptian,
Yeah, yeah.
with the dog
Face. Yep, and the
face,
mouth.
everything,
Yeah,
and very, very iconic look. But then you bring in probably one of the most iconic character actors there is to
yeah.
voice him in Steve Buscemi.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I mean, come on. It couldn't get much better than that. I mean, Steve Buscemi in Star Wars, I never thought I would see the day.
No, as soon as I heard his voice, or as soon as Fox here spoke, I'm like, I know who that is.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I know who that
There's
is.
no mistaking Steve Buscemi's voice.
That's right. Yeah.
So the fact that they got Steve Buscemi in to do a Star Wars episode, uh,
That's pretty impressive,
yeah, oh, absolutely. Um, so and of course, uh, Sola, I like Sola. Again, a redemption story in this episode. You have Sola, who is part of the pirate gang with under Fox here, finds out that no, they're actually going to kill Yuko and Billy and take the treasure back that they think they're hiding. And of course, he's like, no, we can't do that. They're just a kid. No. So of course, he runs and warns them. And of course, he starts his redemption journey by rescuing Yuko, then helps Yuko rescue Billy.
Yeah.
And then of course, they all end up at basically this mausoleum out in the middle of the desert. Uh,
Yeah.
and they find one galactic credit,
Yeah.
which looked like it came like identical to one of those little credit chips from Galaxy's Edge,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
thought was thought that was a great nod.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
then of course from there the fighting ensues. They end up winning. Everybody leaves, and of course they've discovered that really wasn't the treasure, that was just the lobby. They
Exactly.
take an
Exactly.
they took an elevator underground, and there's this whole world opened up to them. There's home, there's supplies, there's a starship. Um, and what I really liked about it is Yuko um, brings Solo with them. And Solo's like, no, I'm not, this is
Hmm.
your thing. This isn't me. I'm going to go. And Yuko's like, no, you're family now.
Hmm.
And brings him in because that's all Solo was looking for through the whole thing. That's why he joined the pirates. And he wanted family,
That's right.
and he was searching for family. And I love the fact that he found his family
Oh
through
yeah.
this tragedy.
So cool. It was so good. When they start showing, when Yuko's there with Sola and Billy and these, the little holograms of
Mhm.
Yuko, with is it he, is she? I thought Sola said, what is he crying about? I don't know. I could be wrong because if StarWars.com says she, then,
Well,
you
Star
they
Wars
were,
dot com Star
they
Wars dot
were,
com also said this was number 6. So,
right. So they got the order different. But just to seeing those holograms, were very touching, and I thought they were very well done. And then right, not only for Sola finding the treasure of found family, but just the treasure for Yuko
mhm.
to be able to not the starship and not the home down there, but the those videos, those holograms of that bring back or even facilitate memory of the parents. There's a lot of treasure there.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
Yeah.
absolutely. A lot of treasure there, uh a lot of memories and everything too, that uh Yuko will Yuko could start remembering. And then of course it ends with them, of course, taking off in the starship with Billy going to give them flying lessons.
Hmm.
What could possibly go wrong? Two kids and a Care Bear.
More adventures in space.
I
Yes.
tell you. Um, what one thing I did want to mention that we hadn't mentioned yet, talking about this particular episode, is the fact that with um, at the beginning of the episode, of course, this is whole thing is revolving around Yuko's birthday. And they're celebrating Yuko's birthday. Billy goes to town to sell some water from moisture evaporators they got, um, and to get Yuko a present. And one of the models she's looking at is a T-16 Skyhopper, the same like toy we see Luke playing with while C-3PO is getting his oil bath, in A New Hope. And I
Yep.
thought that was a great nod to the
Yeah.
saga as well. Not only being on Tatooine, but having that there as well.
Yeah. There was a number of really cool hanging ornaments, toys, however you want to call it, but more toys. One was a Besman, and at the very
Mhm.
bottom, hanging from it, was the Cloud Car.
Mhm.
Another toy. But yeah, a lot of classic imagery throughout this. Kind of like when we were talking last week about the Song of the Four Winds. Is that
Mhm.
correct? And like you were mentioning, like the mask, the stormtrooper mask, kind of taken apart, one around is it Princess Crane's neck, and her goggles, like Ray's, and so a lot of this iconography, and yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. When Billy was in the market, there's a lot of those, not just iconography, but you hear Doug Chain talk about the Star Wars silhouettes, like we know them,
Mhm.
and that's what I really could really pick up on as soon as Billy's standing there, and of course Sola comes up and says, "Hey, have you seen these guys?" Of course it's Yuko's parents and stuff. But yeah, a lot of callbacks, a lot of iconography, a lot of silhouettes that clue us in of a lot of cool things in Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And um, one thing we didn't mention too either was Fox here had his underlings. We had the two, we had Gura and Riku, but then we had all these little red faced underlings that were. Was it me or did they remind you of minions?
Yeah, minions. Yeah, they basically get nothing done either.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I mean, they Star Wars now has minions.
yeah.
The only difference is they're pink or
Oh,
red, pinkish
yeah,
red. They're, but yeah, no, I thought that was fun too. So,
yeah. Well, and I would say this to consistent with what you're talking about. We see the crate dragon bones to start, but then this crate dragon at the end actually plays a critical role in helping out our heroes. Falling down in the hole. The crate dragon comes back out, and then, like I said, knocks everybody down in and stuff. So, yeah, crate dragon throughout this episode as well. So.
very good, very good. All right. Anything else about Yuko's treasure before we go into our final episode for this
Oh, let's do it,
for
man.
tonight.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go into it. Next up, we have The Lost Ones. This one is officially on Disney Plus, number 6 on the lineup. This one was written by uh, Takahito Onishi and Hitoshi Haga, directed by Hitoshi Haga. And this one was also done by Kinema Citrus.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second one in the series for in the volume for Kinema Citrus. Fantastic episode. Good job. So let's talk about The Lost Ones. This actually is the sequel story to the episode Village Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course, when her ship is damaged, an incognito F escapes certain disaster with the help of a crew of refugees. But when her identity attracts the Empire, the craft is intercepted and F must confront her former master, Shad Ra.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's jump right into it, my friend. What were your initial reactions to this episode?
Well, last week I talked about how, out of the three of these nine are part twos,
Hmm.
right? And I had said that I liked the original The Duel in Volume One. I liked The Ninth Jedi versus The Ninth Jedi, the second one. And this third one, I thought I felt the same way, but when I watched it again to prepare for this recording with you, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm really liking this. I'm really digging this and really taking more in and just really listening to what F has to say, Shadra, and
Hmm.
stuff like that. And I'm liking these characters. I liked Lulu, the little droid. And I like this character of F. I really, really liked her in The Village Bride and how she saves that village and just kicks butt.
Hmm.
And but getting some backstory initially, I was like, oh, I don't think I like this as much as the first one. But watching it a second time, I'm like, ooh, at her, the way she battles her
Hmm.
former master, man, I love it. I love it. How about you?
Well, right off the bat, this episode had me hooked because
Mm.
it's not in the show notes. So I don't know if you realized it, David, but that opening scene is 100% an homage to Back to the Future.
What?
The opening scene, you see him put
Okay.
the device on the
Yeah.
rock. Then all of a
Yes.
sudden you see the guy stand up. He's in a yellow radiation suit with the red around the visor, and he's
Yes.
holding a square box with a string. He is Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan
Oh my gosh.
from Back to the Future. That is 100% Back to the Future.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. I noticed it. I was like, I am not seeing this. I watched it. I watched that opening 40 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever it is, at least a dozen times, pinching myself while I was watching this. This is so Back to the Future. It was,
Nice.
I mean, it was perfect. It was
Nice.
absolutely incredible. And I loved it. To me, at that point, I was hooked. I'm like, this is it. Boom, here we go.
Yeah.
And then of course uh you mentioned the village. Of course, that's where F meets up with the crew, um saves them from the village, and they escape uh on their shuttle. And of course their shuttle is the Ghost 2, the Phantom 2, excuse me. It's the same
Well,
kind of ship as the Phantom.
yeah. That's right. That's right.
So we got that, which is pretty stinking cool.
Yeah.
um And then, of course, we find out that the whole purpose of these scavengers that are on the planet where F crash landed, essentially, uh, is their home planet. but because of overmining from the Empire and everybody, there's now a carbon issue, and there are random eruptions that basically freeze the parts of the planet in carbonite,
Crazy, dude.
which is insane, dude. So you have them in this destroyed village getting supplies, getting what salvaging what they can, when all of a sudden there's an eruption and you have all this black stuff coming through and basically freezing everything in carbonite. Wicked crazy scene.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh
Love
my
it.
gosh, it was insane. It's kind of gave you a this is what happened in Pompeii feel,
Yeah.
because it
Exactly
just
right.
swept through in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. So good. So good.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Then of course we have Ron, uh who was the one that was dressed like Darth Vader from the planet Vulcan. Um
That's right. That's right.
it is what it is, man. Um and we have him, of course. He ends up being the one that gets saved by F after a building collapses, and they get rescued, and they take him and they escape the carbonite, and they go back to their ship where they meet up with Juno,
Mhm.
who of course reminds me of Dex from the diner.
That's right. That's right.
uh and
Basilisk. Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, long story short, cutting out a lot of the small talk and everything there, because she's a new person. Everybody's excited to see her. The Empire shows up, demanding the turn over the Jedi that the ship is hiding. And of course, we have a refugee ship. We have F on there, and so F just surrenders herself. But Ron's not going to let her do it by herself. No, no, no. He goes with her. He surrenders. She goes, surrenders, and ends up being taken to her master, Shadra, who she is shocked survived the events of the last episode. And this is where we're at. So, what were your thoughts when she walked into almost that holodeck style thing and met
Yeah.
Shadra?
That was really cool. Um, yeah. Yeah. Well, it sounds like basically Shad Ra made, the old deal with the devil, like,
Mm-hmm.
I died, but I came back because, I agreed to do this.
Yeah.
And then it's the usual, what do they call it in The Incredibles? Monologuing, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Syndrome says, I can't get caught up in monologuing, and then you got to talk to each other. But it gives us that backstory. And what I really, really love is how F focuses in on what her master taught her. Not this version, but literally saying to Shadra, you know, I'm helping others. I know right from wrong. I know what you taught me, and I'm going to do that. Not this new message that you want to try to push on me, foil, or foist on me.
Mm-hmm.
I love that she doesn't go for it. That's why I love her like I do Seven. These two really strong female characters that are doing the right thing.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And and then I love the part too, buddy, where you know Shadra, I guess is zero then, right? Shadra is that right? Is that zero now?
Yes.
I'm
Shadra is
noticing
now zero.
I'm now zero, and basically telling F, you cannot defeat me in lightsaber battle, and like F's like doing a flip over him, saying, "Yeah, I already know that. I can't beat you in a duel, but I can put this carbonite on you." I thought that was like sweet. That was so cool, dude.
Oh
And
yeah.
just keep just spreading down the side of zero, and freezing. Uh, the whole body and stuff like that. So very
Mhm.
cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was quite cool, quite fun to see too. Because one thing I kind of jumped ahead with Zero showing up, Shadra Zero showing up, but that Star Destroyer coming out of hyperspace,
Oh, beautiful.
beautifully animated. Oh my
Ooh.
gosh, absolutely stunning. To see that thing come flying out. Now the whole holodeck thing that she's kind of on where they
Mhm.
meet up. To me, that takes me to Rebels, to there at the end when Ezra is taken to meet um Palpatine on
Mm.
board the Star Destroyer.
Yes.
And where he's
Yeah.
tempted with his parents and everything. And Palpatine appears as the regal chancellor without any of the battle wounds
Right.
from Mace.
Yeah, yeah.
But then as Ezra is calling on the Force and getting stronger and not buying into what he's seeing, the structure breaks down and all of a sudden Palpatine becomes Sidious, and it's just really intense. And I loved how this one comes in too, because it's got that same feel uh, on the Star Destroyer.
Well, yeah, and when the scene disappears, you see the Star Destroyer out there. You
Hmm.
know, here's like, oh, it's all nice in here. Oh, wait, there's a Star Destroyer out there, right? You know,
Hmm.
here's the real Sidious. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's where you are. You're not in a nice, serene, a countryside area. You're on a Star Destroyer, and you got to be careful here, real fast. It also, too, when those panes kind of turn back over to stars, and you could see the Star Destroyer, seeing outer space. It reminded me too of in the Last Jedi when that big veil comes down.
Hmm.
Doesn't that reveal a whole bunch of stuff when Kylo Ren and Rey are battling? That veil is up there when Kylo Ren takes out Snoke.
Yeah,
Do you remember that when that veil comes down and you can see out into space? Isn't that right? I think that's what
yeah,
I thought of too. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
It's definitely one of those one of those things that's just
Hmm.
quite cool with the nods that it's giving
Hmm.
to, as you said, Last Jedi, as we see in Rebels. Then of course we have the whole Master versus Padawan fight that we see, everywhere. But I thoroughly enjoyed this episode overall.
Hmm.
Because I thought everything just went really cool. Um Lulu, we haven't even talked about Lulu yet, and we're running out of time. Lulu, of course, is the little droid with the single eye. That's
Yeah.
kind of a combination of R2, BB-8, and the little, was it Dio from Rise of
Yes.
Skywalker? It's a combination of those three together.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And of course, we see Ron being guided by Lulu, who's hacked into the system. And then, of course, there's the one scene with Ron where he is kind of almost in that area like we see Obi-Wan in on the Death Star, really turning off the tractor beam.
That's right.
Thought that was pretty stinking cool to see that. That was a nice nod to A New Hope. Then of course ultimately everybody makes their escape as the Star Destroyer blows up, and that's where we're at. Um, Anything else from the Lost Ones we haven't touched on before we
No, no, I thought we
start?
did a nice job there. And again, I thought this was maybe my favorite follow up to the three episodes from Volume One that got follow ups here in Volume 3.
Mhm. No, I will definitely agree with that. Of the ones that all got followed up, definitely this was probably my favorite.
Mhm.
If not just because of the Back to the Future nod.
That helps.
That really did something for me. That's a nod I never thought I would actually see in either franchise, Star Wars or Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because they merged the two. So fantastic. It was great. I loved it. And I can't say enough great things about it. So all right. So with that, we of course want to hear from you and hear what you think of Star Wars Visions Volume 3. Of course, we've already talked about episodes 1 through 6. In a future episode, we will be discussing episodes 7 through 9. So be on the lookout for that soon. But let us know what you think of Visions Volume 3 so far. Multiple ways you can do that. You can, of course, find us on any of our social media. We, of course, are on Facebook and X at SW Reactions Pod. We are on Blue Sky, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube and Tumblr at SW Reactions. You can email us, swreactions@gmail.com, or leave us a voicemail on SpeakPipe at speakpipe.com/Star Wars Reactions. Doo-doo-doo. Whew, that's a mouthful.
That is.
David, if somebody wants to talk Star Wars with you, my friend, how would they go about doing that?
Well, mine's a lot easier than what you do. That was a mouthful. The two easiest ways are, I'm going to say actually Instagram first. I'm probably there even more than Twitter X now. So Instagram, just my name, David Modders, or like I mentioned, Twitter X. It's at David_Modders. I need to do a better job of checking on that. I just haven't gone there a whole lot, but again, the third way, and I've mentioned this over a number of episodes, you can always send it to any of this show socials. I have to always slow down when I say that, or it's going to be a Carabas moment. But Aaron always gets that stuff over to me. So there you go.
Very good. Very good. And of course, for me, if you need to get a hold of me, the best way to do that, of course, is through any of the show socials, as well as you can always hit me up on my personal X or my Instagram. Both of them are at TA Harris 121079. We would love to hear from you. All right, my friend. You know what that means?
Yeah, it's time to wrap up the show.
It is time to wrap up the show with our favorite part of the show, the Star Wars dad joke of the week. I need a theme song, even if I just go back and pull like 80s basketball music. You ready for this? I can have some fun too, Anywho, are you ready, my friend?
I am ready.
All right, here we go. What do you call a Jedi with 4 eyes?
What do you call a Jedi with 4 eyes?
Jed. I.
Oh, that's not even
Jed.
right.
I.
Oh my gosh. It's the plural, apparently. Oh.
Well, if it was plural, it would be Jed. I.
With it, okay, there you go. Even more.
Get the S on the end. Jed. I.
You really crack yourself up, don't you?
I really do, man.
You
I
love
really
this.
Do. This is the best part of my day. I love my Star Wars jokes. I hope y'all like them too. If not, stick around, you'll hear more. Anyway.
That's right.
All right. David, my friend, this has been a blast as always.
Absolutely. Totally enjoyed it, man. Can't wait to cover the last 3 episodes of Volume 3 of Visions, but we'll get to that soon, like you said.
Absolutely. We certainly will. They are coming. Of course, thank you everybody for listening in. We love y'all. We're praying for y'all, wishing y'all the best. We appreciate each and every one of you. We are so thankful. Going into the Thanksgiving season, we are thankful for all of you each and every day, even when it's not Thanksgiving. So holiday seasons are coming up. So please make an extra effort to go out and do something kind for somebody. It will definitely improve your day as well as impact and improve somebody else's lives. And it will, you'll start something good. Let it start with you. So remember, this is your place for elegant discussion for a more civilized age.
This podcast is not endorsed by the Walt Disney Company or by Lucasfilm Limited. It's intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. The official Star Wars website can be found at www.starwars.com. Star Wars. All names, sounds, and any other Star Wars related items are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of Disney and the respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of Star Wars Reactions unless otherwise indicated. Star Wars Reactions. Elegant discussion for a more civilized age.